Hi, I'm John, and this is an S.H.Figuarts Great Ape Vegeta. DrabazDoug, known for his S.H.Figuarts content and being part of the We Gotta podcast, saw my original Great Ape Vegeta video and asked if I can collaborate with him and do the same thing on the new San Diego ComicCon re-release. And it's been a while since the last time I did one, so how could I say no? Make sure you subscribe to We Gotta podcast and check out Doug's content on TikTok and Instagram. And while you're at it, make sure you like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe here too. With the housekeeping out of the way, let's get started. Typically, I would take apart the upper body a bit more, but it just wouldn't budge, and I'm not about breaking a $220 figure, so I'll work with it. I thought I would try to keep layers to a minimum, so instead of using primer, I used a clear coat to give the paint something to grip onto. I'm not sure if it makes any sense, but that's how my brain processed it. Starting with the very top and very bottom, I airbrushed some black as a shading layer in most of the crevices of the fur and the entirety of the feet. Then I added some dark brown to the boots and the fur. For the face, I airbrushed a lighter brown into the wrinkles for some much needed shading, and then put a medium skin tone over it to blend it all together. Alrighty, we're about done with the head here, so let's jump over to the jumpsuit. I added some black into all the cakes and crevices of the entire jumpsuit, including all of the articulation points. And then used a darker blue to blend everything together, giving it a more navy color. After masking off the entirety of the jumpsuit to protect the paint job, it was time to start on the armor, starting with the orange sections. As usual, I started with the shading layer using some brown and all of the battle damage, edges, cracks, and crevices of all the orange sections of the armor, as well as all the wrinkles and rips in the boots, gloves, and hands. Then I blasted all of those areas with some orange, which compared to last time when I had to hand paint a ton of coats to get the finish that I wanted, only took about 1 to 2 coats using an airbrush and some gallery airbrush paints, so make sure you go check them out in the description below. Next, I masked off the orange area of the armor with some sticky tack and worked on the green sections. I used a darker green this time as a shading layer and to give some extra emphasis to those battle damaged areas. And then I blasted the whole entire area with a bright lime green. Then after one final round of masking, I airbrushed all of the armor borders in a yellow-green, and similar to the orange, this would have taken me forever if I had to do this by hand. Speaking of painting by hand, I went back to dry brush all of the fur to bring out whatever texture I could in this sculpt. I did so in a reddish brown as a homage to Vegeta's first appearance, where they miscolored not only his outfit, but also his hair. I repainted his eyes on both face plates with the brightest red that I had, and then added in some much needed bloody battle damage around the eyes of the battle damaged faceplate. Speaking of battle damage, I also repainted his little tail nubbin with some bone white and a glossy red paint, making the wound look fresh. Then I added some brown panel liner in all the wrinkles around his eyes and snout to give it some extra dimension. I removed the sticky tack I used to mask his mouth, and noticed that his teeth looked a little bit too pearly white, so I added some panel liner in there too to dirty them up a little bit. Then I brushed his teeth and cleaned off all the excess panel liner with this nifty new cleaning stick I have. With his head just about done, it's time to add some finer details to the body, so it's time to remove all this masking tape. Ugh, so much tape. If only I had the most powerful trash can in the universe to help me out with this.
Hello, monkeys!
Perfect. I dry brushed all of the ripped and tattered cloth on his jumpsuit to bring out the texture of the sculpt using a brighter blue. Then I painted in all of the fur and skin and all of the torn areas of the jumpsuit and the gloves, which was noticeably absent on the original figure. And lastly, in the name of adding texture to the sculpt, I used a black wash in the battle damaged green armor and some brown panel liner in the orange sections. Then I added one more clear coat to the figure to protect all the paint. And like all of my other monster paint jobs, I added a glossy clear coat to the eyes and teeth, making things feel a little bit more, wet. And all that was left to do was to put it back together.
Burst open and mix!
Here's the final result. Let me know what you think in the comments. Huge thanks to DrabazDoug for collaborating on this project. You can follow him at DrabazDoug on all his socials, and make sure you subscribe to We Got a Podcast. And of course, thanks to all my members, with special thanks to my newest members, Lobby and Gamer Joku. You can join my membership for only $2 a month to get some behind the scenes footage of upcoming projects and some member-only polls that can help influence some content on the channel. But most importantly, it's a way to support me directly. Thanks to Rifty Beats for letting me use his music on this video. You can check his channel out in the description below. Check the description for all the items I used in today's video, and make sure you drop a like, leave a comment, and turn on notifications so you know when the next video is going to drop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.